Here we are. Side Splitters is now officially active. We're here. The return, bitches! Bear with us. There we go.
Yeah, so far away from the computer.
Yeah, well, some things have to be done for these things. This is carnage.
I've got hand puppet.
We've got nothing.
Yeah, no. And the bird.
So we've decided for this episode, since it is the return episode, that we're going to do a little bit of banter before starting off on the show. Something we used to do before recordings when we did the podcast back in the day. You know, and now that we are... Would you call this season 2?
Would we even benefit from having seasons?
It can make us have hiatuses.
That is true.
We can have breaks because of that.
Yeah, although I don't want to kill off any characters. I think that would be a terrible thing for us to do on this show.
Not to mention, I'm pretty sure if we have any more breaks, people are going to riot.
Well, I would hope. I like to think that we would.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the way our camera looks. We're going to fix that. This is why we're doing what we do. No, this way. How's that?
Get more of you in there.
Yeah, I mean...
You are hard to fit on camera.
Oh, yeah, no shit. As much as I don't want to be in the camera, I feel like people will get mad. That's carnage. But anyway, this is the return episode. This is going to be rough around the edges at first, but, you know, once we hit our stride again, which we will.
Yeah, it's a different animal altogether when we're sitting in front of a camera doing an episode this way.
Yeah, for starters, we also have a better microphone, which some of the old fans can certainly notice. This is no longer recorded via a Skype call, which I know it's kind of surprising and daunting, word of the day.
So is. 7 times now.
To learn that Andy's voice does actually sound like that. It's not just because it was through a phone call.
Yeah, I've got one of those, like, what we call in the business call voices.
Is that what that is?
That's what that is. It's okay. Good when I'm trying to do, like, those 900 hot dial numbers. Because, you know, I have a very, very fuckable... something boys.
Fuckable's fine.
Oh, okay.
You can say curse words. Just, you know... Right.
Right.
Wrong for Andy. All right.
Figure.
Oh, this is why we banter.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. So I can be diehard. Yay.
Diehard?
Yeah.
Did you think we were going to do this whole podcast, this whole show without cursing?
It was going to be rough. I'm going to tell you that right now, because if I can't be, like, this shade of inappropriate, then I don't know what I'm doing with my life.
I don't think it's possible.
I don't think it's possible either. Considering that this is episode 69, so you know I'm going to be mentioning that more than once.
God. Anyway, before we get into the show, we have new stuff. We have the new microphone. We have the new backdrop. We have video. You can actually see me, and Andy, for that matter. This is the first... It's the first in Side Splitters history. What better way to make a entrance of this caliber than on episode 69? The fun part is going to be when we do a decasode and all 3 of us are going to have to fit on camera.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to do that.
I know. First we have to find a house big enough. What, now that he's a father, I can't make fat jokes anymore?
You can absolutely make more jokes of that caliber, if and you want.
Fresco's one of the only people I can actually make fat jokes with. I love a good 69 noodles. We appreciate you, bud. So, I don't know, how are we going to go about doing chat?
I mean, I guess...
interactive with it, or...
I mean, it would be foolish not to.
Right.
I think, though, that because of the latency thing, we are always going to do our thing, and then somebody's going to comment, and then we're going to have to remember what they're commenting on. That's the one thing that I've never liked about Twitch.
How many seconds are behind?
13.
13?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I fucked up and didn't... So there's a way you can actually make it so that the latency is a lot reduced on PC?
Oh, yeah, you do it on Mixer.
No. I mean, sure you could, but there's ways you can do it right through OBS.
Okay.
Actually, right through Twitch, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't think we ever set that up because that came out after we stopped doing the show. So we obviously weren't streaming to the Side Splitters page anymore or anything like that.
Yeah, no, up to this point, all of my experience with this has been on a console, because, yeah, I don't have a PC.
Up to and including the podcast itself, the streaming itself, like anything that he's ever done was on a console.
Yeah, everything.
He is a definition of a console peasant.
Oh, enjoy your PC, sir.
I do. I enjoy my PC with my beautiful microphone. You don't get a microphone like this on console.
Well, definitely nowhere near this phallic. Like, this is a beautiful penis-shaped microphone that you have.
It's a robot penis. I like it.
I bet. Does it feel good?
I'm at the grocery store at the moment, but good luck. Atira, welcome. Thank you for the good luck.
At the grocery store. Ooh, which aisle? I'm curious.
It's Canada. I don't know if they have the same aisles as us.
Canada has grocery aisles? That's a silly racist thing to say. Just because their healthcare is free.
I'm not saying that they don't have grocery aisles. I'm just not sure if they have, like, the same grocery aisles. Like, okay, so I'm sure they have an entire aisle dedicated to maple syrup. Tell me I'm wrong.
All right, while you're there, can you get me a bag of milk?
Exactly.
That's the only thing I know about Canada is almost every high-end recipe that's considered gourmet includes maple syrup of some form or variety, so they drink a lot of tree blood.
Tree blood. And
their moo milk comes in bags for some reason.
Comes in bag. Noodle says, switching to PC was the best decision ever. We don't have aisles, man. The polar bears serve us. For some reason, and this is not the first time I've encountered this, Canadians, for some reason, think that Americans think they have polar bears in Canada.
Really?
Yeah, like they just...
I've never considered...
Right, and that's what I said. I'm like, I never once thought, like, Alaska, sure, but that's not Canada. That's our country, bitch. Or territory, not country.
Wait, hold on a second. Is the North Pole in Canada?
No?
It's been a while. Like, I could have sworn that, Santa Claus was Canadian for some reason.
He's Finland. He's Finnish.
See, I thought he was too, but Greenland is not icy enough for the North Pole. At least I don't think so.
No, because Santa Claus lives in Finland.
Oh.
Look it up. Not now.
I mean, not now, obviously, but... Huh. Alright. Well, shows what I know. But the South Pole is still in Antarctica with the penguins. That part I know.
Tara says, sorry, I can't hear you through my igloo. Oh my god, just slipped on maple syrup. First of all, you're lying, man.
Yeah, you never slip
on maple syrup.
No, you're stuck like a roach in some sort of motel when you step on maple syrup.
Noodles says, and a bag of ketchup chips.
Oh. Oh god, ketchup chips.
You know, it's fucked up because when I first started remembering things as a wee lad, like some of my earliest memories, I remember loving ketchup, as most kids do. But I remember, this is going to be a call out to my mother, she would take me to the bar with her. And she would sit me up on a bar stool, and it would be like a solid 2:00 in the afternoon, and she would just sit me up on a bar stool and sit me down with a tray of chips, and the bartender would give me also a little cup of ketchup so I could dip my chips into the ketchup, and I loved it. And then when it came out with ketchup flavored chips, I hated them.
Well, one, they're not wet.
Right.
Because so that the texture thing is all wrong there. But, ew, God, no. Ketchup on chips is horrible. Like, you might as well just put it in a cereal bowl at that point. Like,
Atira says, yeah, because the dedicated maple syrup aisle is a mess from kids playing hockey in it. Well, I mean, we would imagine so.
Yeah, that's got to be rough around there. You have flash mobs that just commit to hockey games, like, randomly throughout the entire country. Like,
yeah.
That is so weird. I mean, granted, they're all good sportsmanships about it.
They're all good sportsmanships.
Yeah, they are good sportsmanships. The SS, nice game, eh? What's all that about?
It's funny because, so Atira's a streamer, right? She plays StarCraft 2.
I'll take your word for that.
And she does not sound Canadian at all.
Oh, okay.
It's weird. It's so weird. Like, I remember watching her and she told me she was Canadian, and I'm just like, no, you're not. I haven't heard you say a or a boot or anything yet.
So not born in Canada, just moved there.
I don't know. Atira. I know she's, of Italian heritage.
Italian Canadian?
Yeah.
How much maple syrup do they put in the marinara?
We call that gravy.
It's still marinara, whether it's sauce or gravy.
Yeah. Actually,
Actually, that sounds terrible.
the whole gravy thing is actually more of a our area thing than it is an Italian thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I did not know that.
It's more of a South Jersey, Philadelphia thing.
I still don't call it gravy. I've called it sauce my entire life, and I will continue to call it sauce for the rest of my life.
She says, because I grew up in Toronto, which is just slightly nicer New York.
Listen, oh, that's fair.
Most things are a slightly nicer New York. But I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're very classy. Even the way that they have waterfalls is pretty classy, considering...
Canada?
Yeah. Like the whole Niagara area, where they're just like, oh, look how beautiful this is. Yeah, it's like water falling down. Like, I never thought, one of nature's accidents is actually a wonder to look at.
What's the deal with gravy and fries? Actually, that shit's good, dude. So, have you ever heard of poutine?
I'm sorry. He's the Russian president, right?
So Andy's a very old, uncultured man when it comes to these things.
I thought it was a Russian president.
He doesn't eat Italian hoagies, if you can understand that, because I can't.
I don't like capicola.
Thanks, Tara. Enjoy your grocery trip. But anyway, poutine is French fries with some sort of gravy based on some sort of animal fat. So, like, it might have, like, beef gravy, or I've had a duck gravy.
Continue.
And cheese curds on top.
Oh, God, why? All of this sounds like worse chili cheese fries.
It's really good.
Ugh. Listen, I mean, shout out to Canada. I like putting maple syrup on French fries. That's pretty good.
Oh, yeah, what the fuck?
You get like the sweet and salty kind of thing going on. Next time you're at a diner and they give you steak fries, you demand one of them little sample packets of maple syrup.
Not everyone has diners like us, but...
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking to you.
Again, uncultured guys.
Oh, my God.
But, yeah. So that's that. Good for Canada.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we should get started on the show.
Yeah, I think they used up a lot of our banter time. Good. I mean, who knows? Like, who knew that we would have that much fun with just a Canadian coming on board?
And Noodles. Don't forget Noodles.
Oh, and Noodles. Sorry, Noodles.
Canada has a better national theme song, too. You just talk shit about my national anthem.
Done by which band?
Is that what you just did? Nickelback. Featuring Justin Bieber. With the bass guitar played by Geddy Lee of Rush. And Avril Lavigne as a backup dancer. I think I covered them all, right? Oh, Celine Dion somewhere in there, too.
Look at this maple tree.
Oh, God, yes.
Oh, that would be the best theme ever.
Oh, Canada. Like, super breathy and everything. Oh, and some of the hair has been styled by the lead singer of Sum 41. There you go. There's all the musicians I know of.
That's very Canadian.
Yeah, for a musician aspect. Is there any other Canadians? I feel like there's got to be some.
Oh, I'm sure there's a few. Honestly, I could tell you as many Canadian wrestlers as there are musicians that you just named. But then again, I watch wrestling, so...
You know what's funny? It's like a lot of people automatically assume, oh, hockey is the sport of Canada, which it is, but like if you look through hockey players, I feel like sometimes there's more like Russians than there is Canada or Canadians in the NHL.
Well, I mean, usually when kids first learn to walk in Russia, they have to do it on ice. So it just makes sense.
Right.
How else are they going to get their beets?
Beets?
Radishes, whatever they eat. Some sort of root that they have to dig through ice to get to.
Tree blood. I thought we went over this.
Well, that's Canadians have tree blood. Russians have whatever.
Oh, we're talking about Russians now.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah, whatever root they can dig out of the ground with some sort of tool or half a shoe. I don't know what they do over there.
Noodle says, don't forget about Bryan Adams.
No, the Canadian government has apologized for Bryan Adams on several occasions.
God, I still feel like I just do this and I'm gone. You know?
Oh, no, I do the same thing. See, I lean back and I'm gone too.
Yeah, but I have much more of an inclination to lean back.
No, that is true.
Fat and all.
I'm getting there, though. Yeah, push up my boobs.
What do you think we should have in this little space over here?
I don't know, actually.
A timer?
To what?
Let us know when to end the show.
Oh.
Actually, you know, it'd be kind of cool. It's too late now, but what if we did like how I do for my speedruns, a split timer?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. I've seen speed runs.
You've not seen mine, Andy. You know he won't even show up to my fucking streams. Anyway.
Well, stream a game better than Mario Brothers.
Shaq Fu.
Better than Shaq Fu.
Does it get better than Shaq Fu?
The one Shaquille O'Neal game I wanted was Kazam, and they never gave it to me, and I'm still bitter about that.
It's kind of the same thing. Anyway, so what if we had like a split timer, right?
Okay.
And we would have our segments on it, like clickbait news, whatever else. What else do we do?
Well, well, we count how many times I went off key or script or something like that, and we could probably have one of those counters on there.
Oh God, no! See, that'd be the beauty of it, because we would see how long it's taking us to get through a specific segment, and 9 times out of 10, it'll probably be your fault.
It is probably
when
my fault.
Are not in the green. Noodles called you a bastard for not showing up. But anyway, the other thing that's kind of cool is
I've had things going on.
we have an audience now that's live. So what if like we started doing things where so Noodles, maybe you can appreciate this. We used to have other games that we played. There was one in particular called Make the Case.
I love that one.
Yeah, I do too. So Make the Case was an scenario where it would usually involve 3 people. So we do this episode every 10 episodes. We call it the Decasode, right? And it's where we get Andy's brother Fresco on. And the 2 of them would verse each other in a game show of sorts. Where I would be kind of the host, and we would just have games, and I would judge them based on how well they're performing, and, you know, there'd be a winner and all that. Shut up.
No, I'm sorry, I never realized how handsy you were.
Oh, I am
talk.
so handsy.
Like, this is ridiculous. Like, this, and then we would do these and come around to here, and you, sir, can bring the plane this way.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I've tried not to this time. So
Good luck with that.
I really want to.
Good luck with that.
So one of the games was called Make the Case, and what would happen is, fuck you! Stop looking at him. We would, I would present a scenario, and they would have to make the case why or why not that scenario was good. It's really hard to describe. So it's usually a very,
Just give an example.
So right. So it's usually like something that you know one of them's not going to want to side with, right? And that's the idea, because so an example would be like make the case as to why they should or shouldn't change the name of the Washington Redskins, right? And Andy would like, it would depend on, what was it? You got to either choose or go first, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah, because if you chose, then you didn't have to go first.
Right.
So we would flip a coin to see who chose.
Right.
And then the other person would have to go first.
Yeah. So you get to choose a side, and then the other person has to argue that side. So, you know, it's easy to make the case as to why, Noodles being Native American too, why you shouldn't change, or you should change the name of the Washington Redskins to something a little bit more, PC or whatever. My thoughts on the matter, and I feel like this is an example, but so, for example, if Andy had to make the case of why they should change the name, you would sound, let's just give him a quick 20 seconds clip here.
If I had to change the name?
Yeah.
Oh, well, Redskins is kind of a misnomer anyway, because they are just kind of like a burnt shade of brown. So I don't think that has the same effect that it would as a physical matter. And at the end of the day, when you think about Washington, you really think about, like, if they really want to put it named after a type of people, there's a lot more nerds in Washington than there are Redskins anymore. So I would call them the Washington Nerds, and probably have, like, just big, like a guy with like a weird, like, Jerry Lewis face with just big glasses, and maybe a controller, like, going on the side of his head. And, yeah, you just have the Washington Nerds. And that way, when they take the field, everybody could just, like, you know, instead of doing the Navajo chop, they could just be like, Nerds!
I feel like Washington Gamer would work better, because that's not my point. Not my place. I forgot what we were doing here. So then my argument would probably be something along the lines. So now I have to argue why they shouldn't change the name, right? So my argument might be something along the lines of, like, no, they shouldn't change the name. What they should change is the logo. So instead of it being a Native American, they could just change it to a potato, and all is well. You have the Washington Redskins. They're potatoes. Everyone's happy. It's fun. It's exciting.
Wait, no, because
All of a sudden, yes, it opens up new concession ideas. Like, everything is wonderful.
would you really want to be on the team that's named after a potato? And plus, it would be the Washington Red Peels.
I just want to make something complete. Redskin potatoes. Anyway, I want to make something clear. I am a fan of the New Orleans Pelicans. It's a basketball team. Now, if they can have a team called the New Orleans Pelicans, I think potatoes are fine. Just saying.
You're right, because those two things could win in a fair fight against each other.
Oh, that is something else coming up. Noodles, you're kind of new to the show here, right? So Redskin potatoes, fuck yeah. See, he gets me. He's kind of new to the show here. So some of the segments we do here is, like we just said, some of the games we play for the Decasode. But typically what's done is clickbait news, which is probably going to be the first thing we get into once we start the show. The show's not technically started yet. And then we're also going to have... we usually do some sort of sports segment like football picks, because the beauty of it is I am an avid football fan, right? So I watch football every Sunday. The Pro Bowl is going to be happening tonight. I'll probably be watching that. That'll be great. Andy, on the other hand, does not watch any sports at all, except maybe wrestling, if you want to count that.
It's an entertainment sport.
Right. So, what's fun is I will predict the winners of all the football games for that week, and Andy will also predict the winners of the football games of that week. I'll pick them based on skill, my knowledge of the team, so on and so forth. He'll pick them based on the mascots of the team. So if I was to say, like, who's going to win between the Dolphins and the Jets this week, he would say, well, clearly the Jets, because, you know, what business does a Dolphin have fighting a Jet? Something along those lines. He'll make it a lot more funnier and a lot more rambunctious, I feel like it's a good word to use there.
That's a good word, yeah.
And it's just a lot of fun. But anyway, I think it's about time to start the show anyway. So, without further ado, I don't feel right unless we just start the damn song again. So here we go. Oh. Can you even hear it? Yeah.
No.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Side Splitters. My name is Lyle.
And I am somewhat Andy.
And our goal tonight is to leave you in stitches. So we are finally back. Episode 69. It's here.
Giggity.
It's in the books. Finally, we're live. We have all kind of fun stuff going on. We have a good show planned for tonight. The hiatus is over. We're back to a full schedule, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. As full as we normally get anyway.
Well, not necessarily. So prior it used to be every week, and now we're going to be doing it
Some exceptions.
Bi-weekly now. So every other Sunday, look to have this in the books, live streamed, and then it's going to be unedited. So I'm not even going to bother with editing. It's just going to go right to YouTube. So you'll be able to see both of these beautiful mugs. You'll be able to hear the show, all that, whatever you got to do, you can do it. So it's going to be on YouTube, archived, and then it's going to be streamed to Twitch every week. So if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/sidesplitters. And the YouTube channel is also called Side Splitters. So follow us both if you want.
That works.
But anyway, there's a lot to get into. But first, we got to catch up a little bit. We got to find out what exactly we've been up to lately. So we've been gone since, God, when was the last time we recorded an episode?
It has been some time. I think the last time we recorded an episode
I
was...
think it was 2017.
No, it was 2018.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
It was either January or February of 2018.
I'd be willing to bet it was January.
Because that was at the same time... token and time. Why say them both at the same time when I could just space them out? That I was doing the house hunting and could not...
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, we had this show before. We got all the way up to episode 68, and all the episodes in the latter part of the 60s were either me and Fresco, Andy's brother, to which we dubbed the name Fried Splitters because we were both large men, or we would have me and Andy, but it would just be kind of lackluster, and I noticed there was a spark that was missing. There was just no more pizzazz in Andy's mannerisms or anything like that. Like, he was just off. And I knew there was a reason why, and I just had to discover what it was. And, well, he was house hunting. He had just gotten married. So he was trying to find a house and just still working full time, and his wife was still working, newlywed wife was still working full time and all that. So it was just super tiring on the both of them, and we just decided it was best if we held off for a while and eventually come back stronger than ever. The good news is
I got fatter.
Andy got fatter. I probably did too. I don't know. I'm just assuming. It's probably a good assumption. You also did eventually buy a house.
Yes, I did.
Good.
You saw it once.
I saw it once. It's a very nice house.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So yeah, you've bought a house. You got everything squared away. Everything all fixed up and good to go. You're finally ready to do this again. The only downside is me, Lyle. I never approach you. I never go. Hey, Andy, you ready to do that show again? Right? Like that never came from me.
No, that didn't.
You lie! You know it did. Every freaking week.
No, that never happened. Not at all. I assumed that he just was seeing if I had any leftovers that day. Like, he called for food. I can almost guarantee that he called for food.
First of all, I never called you. I texted, if anything.
Right, yeah, no. See, real friends don't call. They text. So you remember that, people out there, that texting is the true language of friends.
Right. So anyway,
don't call me.
Even when I came to your house the one time, as you put it, like, I was still sitting there going, so, house looks great. Everything's decorated. Mm-hmm. Marriage is working.
Yeah.
Ready to do side splitters?
No.
And to your credit, you told me yes. But then I never heard from you again.
Yeah.
And it was like such a weird elephant in the room every time we got together. It's just, oh God, he's going to ask me about side splitters. You know I am. And I would. And there was some weird, awkward... Yeah, he would adjust his glasses a bunch. And
I don't know what you're talking about.
And by the way, can we just take a moment to finally show the people these glasses? The ones we've been talking about all these
Oh, dear Lord. Time? Yeah, get a good look at this. Just imagine this in your face all the time.
Give them anime eyes.
Yeah, anime eyes. So... let me see. Get them real big. Stare at the camera. Oh, what are you reaching for?
Oh, it gives me a chance to grab my drink.
Of course you are. Interrupting my anime eyes.
Oh, you're fine.
Oh, I am.
But anyway.
But yeah, no, these things, look at that. Just look at that. That is bulletproof. They're nice.
Noodle says his eyes are almost the same, so
builds up. Well, then it builds up those neck muscles. Like I could bench press a tire with my face.
Is that bench pressing then? I feel like that's like neck pressing.
You try to bench press something with your face. What motion would you make?
No, I mean at that point it's no longer bench pressing. Bench pressing is referring to with your arms in the chest area, just like leg pressing would be leg pressing, right? Mm-hmm. So this is more like neck pressing.
I would be neck pressing. Thank you,
You're
Dr.
welcome.
Pie Fighter.
You're welcome. I kind of lost track of what I was talking about. Oh, right. So, eventually, we get together time and time again, and finally, Andy agrees to come on the show again. We start doing the show again.
And meanwhile, I find out he's been cheating on me with another man.
He's not wrong. So it's not another man. It's more men rather than man. Noodles being one of them here. And some girls too. I started streaming, ladies and gentlemen. Those who you can just open the damn thing. God.
I just like seeing the soundbar.
See, that would have been something that was edited. This is we're live. We'll do it live. Oh my God. So yeah, I started streaming or whatever. Been doing it since March. Got affiliate on Twitch. Blah blah blah. All that good stuff. It's a lot of fun. I speedrun video games, and people like to watch it. That's pretty much it.
I do not. I slow run video games.
But in the meantime, because of doing that, it allowed me to garner a lot of this knowledge of production value, or more so equipment to do so with. I actually have a green screen, and Andy likes making fun of it.
I do. Right now it has nipples.
And we would be using it, but it's just not necessary. I think this is a much better background.
Yeah, a little glary, but you know.
Yeah, it's a little glary. And on my stream, the next thing to purchase for my stream would be better lighting, which would improve the podcast as well. Yeah. But obviously, that's where the better microphone came from. That's where the camera came from.
You can see all my gray hair. Gotta do something about that.
I like it. Yeah, also the gray hair that we always made fun of.
Yeah, no, this is it's starting to get way beyond salt and pepper and just turning into just dirty salt.
You know what's fun is going to be when we have Fresco on here and everyone will have visual between you and him fighting all the damn time.
That ought to be fun.
But anyway, I think that about wraps it up. So here we are. We have some knowledge of streaming. We have some equipment to do it with. So here we are doing it. And I think we're about ready to get into the show and really get the thing started. And what better way to start the show with your favorite segment, my favorite segment, everyone's favorite segment, Clickbait News. Now,
Love clickbait news.
in case anyone was wondering, there's a reason why I have Carnage is saying hi. So the reason I have Carnage out is, one, no more green screen. Two, I'm not going by Carnage on this stream. Everyone hears my real name of Lyle. So there's no need to have a mask. Therefore, now there's no more two Carnages. Instead, one Carnage to rule them all. Here he is. Anyway, the Cringe Fest is over there. So let's get into Clickbait News. So the reason I have my phone in my hand is because Clickbait News is a thing where we have ridiculous news stories, and I would read Andy a title of an article, but only half of it, and he has to guess the rest. So perfect example would be, let's see here. Oh, this is good. Hey, get over there.
Oh,
get
sorry.
over there.
I never had the luxury before.
So, no, you didn't. So could you tell me,
Mm-hmm.
uh-oh, don't start playing, you son of a bitch. Okay. Can you tell me what exactly, how did the burglar get caught in New Jersey?
Oh, a burglar in New Jersey.
Yeah, I'm starting with a New Jersey story. Long gone are the ways of just filling it up with Florida news.
Right? Man, that state's so weird.
Oh, it'll be Florida. Don't worry. I don't think there's any this episode, but
How did the New Jersey... Not Florida. First time back in almost a year, and
that's right.
not a
motherfucker.
single
No
Florida story.
There might
Wow.
be one. I don't know where the one is from. There's one that I'm not legitimately not sure of where it's from. It might be Florida, but I'm not sure.
Okay. So how did the New Jersey robber get caught? Oh, he before making his getaway, he stopped at the local sub shop for a good cheesesteak.
No. Very thematic though, but no.
Yeah, very thematic.
So, suspect drops from ceiling into stores and drinks liquor in bizarre burglar spree. That actually doesn't tell you anything, which is why it was so hard for me to come up with a question to ask.
Okay.
But the story itself is fascinating, so listen to this.
Okay.
Hoboken, New Jersey. Police say a burglar is in custody after a wild crime spree in Hoboken Wednesday. I don't know when this was. This was back in... Oh, this is recent, January. That had a number of twists and turns along the way. It all started when authorities say the man wearing a construction jacket broke into a pizzeria through the roof. He tried to break an ATM to steal cash, but was unsuccessful. Then went into the back and took 24 bottles of Snapple. The suspect tried using a fire extinguisher to break out the front door, only to find the roll down gate closed, so he was trapped. Mm-hmm. He climbed back up, crawled through a common attic, and dropped into the nail salon next door, and proceeded to steal some money from the salon.
Oh, I thought he was going to do his nails.
Upon realizing he was trapped in that location, he climbed back up into the crawl space and went into the liquor store next to the nail salon.
Spider thief. Spider thief.
After stealing liquor from the store, he broke a 6-foot hole and went into a dollar store adjacent to the liquor store, where he was also unable to escape. In the end, police say that he drank the liquor he stole and fell asleep on a shelf of the dollar store, and the dollar store proprietor found him about 10 a.m. and called police. And Benny Ramirez, 30 of Union City, was arrested and charged with 4 counts of burglary, 3 counts of theft, 4 counts of criminal mischief, burglary tools, and hindering apprehension.
So he had burglary tools, but he wasn't able to actually burgle anything other than product that he could find in the store.
God. There was about $10,000 in damage in the pizzeria alone.
Yeah, no
From
shit.
the dining area to the back of the kitchen. The money taken from the registers exceeded $2,000. So, yeah.
Like, Wow. So he falls through the ceiling, and he's like, all right, I gotta steal stuff, and I'm gonna go after the ATM. All right, that's not gonna work. So,
Well, at least I get some Snapple out of the whole ordeal.
right, because when I'm expecting to get hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, a good tall glass of kiwi strawberry is enough to satisfy my money lust until I can leave there. But I like how he's able to get into the register. So he couldn't get into the register at the first store he dropped in. So he went to the nail salon to get into their register.
Well, I think he was trying to escape and just found himself in a nail salon. And was like, well, fuck it. While I'm here, when in Rome, because I'm sure that's the name of the nail salon, Rome Nails.
I like how he can't get out the same way that he came in. He's like, I can go back into the ceiling,
Yeah, that's the
but I
part I
can't
didn't
leave all the
understand.
way. I gotta go to the next store and drop into there. Maybe there's a ground level exit for me there.
Maybe he's like a honeybee. You know how they can get into the soda bottles, but they can't get out?
Yeah, I'm just kind of imagining a fly stuck on a window, just like, no, there's an exit around here somewhere.
Yeah, so that's that.
Oh God, that's terrible.
Okay. So can you tell me what the man who won $1 on a lotto scratch-off demanded from the store or lottery officials?
$2.
$2. No, he didn't. Man wins $1. I read this and just was like, Andy's gonna love this. Man wins $1 on lotto scratch-off. $1 and demands large novelty check and gets one.
I totally would. I totally would too.
This is the one that I thought was from Florida. I wasn't sure. It's actually from Iowa. So a man in Iowa
Okay.
who may or may not have had a lot of time on his hands won $1 on a scratch ticket and drove all the way down to lottery headquarters and insisted on being paid out with a massive novelty check. Tyler Heap hit the $1 jackpot.
$1 jackpot. Those words should not even be in conjunction with each other at all.
So he hit the $1 jackpot earlier this month, and instead
That
of
is
getting...
good.
What's that?
If I had a band, I would call it $1 jackpot. Go ahead.
Instead of getting another ticket or putting that George Washington towards a cup of coffee, he decided to head over to Iowa Lottery headquarters and asked to be treated like he hit the big one. They decided to treat me just like $1 million winner, the man who is not rich told NBC News. The guy came down the stairs and they took me into the back room where the camera was with the Iowa Lottery logo. Sure enough, they wrote me the $1 check and had me hold it up and took the picture. Man told the news station that he dropped his winnings on a half of a gallon of gasoline last week. Not all heroes wear capes. This is how the article is closed out.
Wow. No, I mean, I feel for the guy. I think that adventure alone of winning that $1 was well worth the price of the ticket, which was actually probably close to $1 anyway.
Well, yeah, and I'm kind of wondering if not only was the price of the ticket $1, but if he had to drive, it made it seem all the way to lottery headquarters. I'm assuming it was kind of far. And I'm wondering if the half a gallon of gas covered his expenses to get there.
I'm actually wondering, do we not have enough things on the internet? Because, I mean, I would never have the gumption to make a drive like that, to make a point for the $1. It sounds nice in theory, but I know me. As soon as my plans involve putting on pants, they stop.
Yeah,
right there.
Andy's the type of guy that will make a Facebook post about it, get a bunch of likes, and everyone goes, "Oh my god, that's a great idea. You should totally do it." Nah. That means I gotta put pants on. Fuck that.
Yeah, I want support for it. I want people to be enthused about it, but for me actually doing it, no.
At least they knew where the idea came from.
I am extremely active on a nude beach. You don't have to put on pants to go outside.
I mean, to get there.
That is not a detriment at all. And I'm half blind anyway. I can't see
I
more
was
than
gonna
10
say
feet
they
in
would
front of me.
probably like you at a nude beach.
Yeah. Like, I can't judge anybody unless I'm right up on them. And even then, if I'm right up on them and this is a penis...
Oh no, get that away.
Get that away from me.
Oh, I know, this is the microphone logo. Hi, this is Side Splitters. So, yeah, that's a $1 jackpot.
$1 jackpot. No, that's totally going to be the name of a band.
Okay, so last but not least, Louisiana. Can you tell me
Not in Louisiana.
who the Louisiana doctor is offering free eye exams to?
Louisiana doctor is offering free eye exams to Ooh, victims of voodoo curses. It's
Close.
Louisiana.
You're close.
Really?
Not really.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. So Louisiana doctor offers free eye exams to the referees after the Saints lost the NFC title game. Have you heard about this?
No.
Okay, so I will read the article just on,
Oh my God.
just on familiarity alone. But the Saints and Rams was in the conference title game, which means the winner of this game is going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. As I've already told you, the Rams are going to be in the Super Bowl, so the Saints obviously didn't win this game.
Well, I knew that the Rams were going to win when you paired them up against the Saints.
Later. So the Saints were winning by all intents and purposes. They were winning. They were going down the field. They had already had the lead. And they needed to get like one more first down. And they had enough time to run out the clock with the 4 downs to where they would leave the Rams with like 3 seconds. And to where the Saints could have just kicked the field goal, made it a 9-point game. There's no way you're getting 2 different scores in 4 seconds, right? So, for all intents and purposes, they won the game. Mm-hmm. Third down, they drop back the pass, they throw the ball. A Rams defender hits the Saints receiver before the ball even gets there, hits him in the helmet, hits him high, which means he was defenseless. There was at least 3 or 4 penalties that could have been called on the Rams, all of which would have given the Saints a first down. Mm-hmm. Nothing was called. And people are pissed about it. Like, really mad. So, that's what this is about. So, anyway, referees who officiated the New Orleans Saints versus Los Angeles Rams NFC Championship game are facing criticism for a blown pass interference call that gift-wrapped a Rams victory and a trip to the Super Bowl. But despite the blame, a Louisiana eye care business is willing to lend a helping hand to the referees by offering them a gift of free eye exams. Louisiana Family Eye Care is offering free eye exams to NFL refs before the start of the 2019-2020 season.
That's such a great promotion.
This is the I don't know if this is a Facebook thing or a Twitter thing, but this is the post on social media here. Oh, god damn it. Here we go. Okay.
Let the ad play. Jeez. How else are these people supposed to get their money? Contribute.
Right. You're right. After having time to consider things, we will gladly is capitalized, provide no-cost eye exams to all NFL officials prior to next season to prevent the atrocity that occurred tonight. We would hate for someone else to feel our pain. And it says hashtag eye exams for all NFL officials. Yeah. So I mean that's pretty much it. Just
which is a clever trap, because if any NFL official were to actually take them up on that offer and go into the office, I have a feeling they would have been lynched right there on the spot.
Yeah, you're probably right.
So while the eye exam is free, the burial services are still up to that person's individual life insurance policy.
No, I'm pretty sure they would have buried him right there on the spot.
Yeah. So free pictures of milk missing people.
Oh, I was going to say, where's milk? Are we back to Canada again?
No.
Bags of milk again?
Bags of milk. I saw you drinking. I'm a sympathetic drinker.
Oh, you're fine. Mm-hmm. I wonder if we should do beer one day. Is that a bad call? Just get drunk as fuck? Can that be episode 100?
Are you allowed to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Really?
Yeah.
I don't know the rules of Twitch. I barely stream myself.
So, yeah, Andy does stream.
Yeah, I've had
stream.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to be streaming coming up.
Oh?
Yes.
Promote yourself.
Oh, well, so, when I was called upon to do it, I named my favorite video game in the world Borderlands 2 as my absolute favorite video game. And I was streaming it for a little bit because I was doing a no bullets run with a character. I figured the novelty of it, doing a first-person shooter without actually shooting any bullets. And I was having fun with it, but I couldn't get a time consistent. But this year they're doing The Hunt. It's the right time of year for The Hunt, and I don't know if you're familiar with that.
I'm not familiar with that.
Okay, so Borderlands community gets together once a year, and they do The Hunt, which is essentially a relay race. Well, not a relay race, but like a race to see who can get the most points. And you get points based off of the legendary guns that you find in the game. As soon as you find the gun, you get the points for that gun, and then by the end of the week, whoever has the most points wins The Hunt for that year. The thing is that you have to stream while doing it. You have to start a brand new character on stream. You have to start on stream. Your entire progress is done while streaming.
Okay.
And has to be a new character. There's certain rules about which difficulty mode to use and stuff like that. On PC, you cannot enable any mods.
When is this taking place?
It starts February 4th.
Are you going to be playing February 4th?
I'm going to be playing February 4th.
You heard it first here. You can follow him at twitch.tv/DireKiwi.
Dire Kiwi, yes. DireKiwi. Dire Kiwi. Like the fruit, but big. No, wait, that's the bird.
Yeah.
It's like the bird.
It's like the bird, but big.
But big.
So anyway, yeah, that's... Change heart?
I've always wanted to do it. The game's been out for... It came out 2012, so 7 years now, and I've never participated in the hunt. I always wanted to, so I figured, you know what? I'm going to do it. Darn it. Darn it.
So...
Damn it.
Like the bird, but scary.
Yeah. Yes.
So speaking of streaming, there's one thing I wanted to ask you about before...
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Before we get into whatever it is you're talking about.
Okay.
There's a couple things I've discovered in my almost year now. I've almost been streaming for a solid year.
Really?
Yeah. The end of February is when I got affiliate.
Oh.
So there's actually a good chance I probably have already been streaming for a year.
Oh. Congratulations.
Thank you. But anyway, so within my year of streaming, I've come across a lot of things that I didn't know existed on Twitch. I didn't know... Oh, God, there's so many noises. I didn't know just multiple things about it on Twitch. And one of them, which is probably... I don't know if I want to say the weirdest, but definitely one that sticks out in my mind anytime goes, what's the craziest thing you see on Twitch? ASMR. If I remember
I feel like I should be
correctly-
getting closer to the mic for this one. So
No, not here.
Oh, okay.
First of all, not nearly enough cleavage showing. Andy, what did I tell you?
Oh, sorry.
You can't do that on Twitch.
Sorry.
So one of the things, God, I can't remember what it's. Autosensory.
Masturbation?
No.
Oh.
Not masturbation.
I mean, it's what I do when I listen to it.
Yeah, I don't remember what it stands for. It stands for something, and it's basically, for those that don't know, it's the sound of something that comforts the mind or just satisfies people. Some people listen to it as a form of relaxation. Some people... Actually, I think it's supposed to be relaxing. Yeah, so...
Yeah, that's the opposite of when people play, like, Slender or Outlast or something like that, where that is, like, loud noises, very jumpy, and it just makes you on edge. Headphone warning.
So, what takes place in these things is people will simulate the sounds of waves crashing, or they'll ruffle stuff along the microphone or whatever. All that kind of stuff. And it's supposed to be relaxing and everything. And I'm sure it works for some people. But then there's people out there that have really taken advantage of the concept. And I think it's brilliant and a bit trashy at the same time. So you'll get these streamers on Twitch who will wear these very low-cut shirts. Female streamers. Very low-cut shirts.
I imagine the male low-cut shirts don't really have the same impact.
Lots of cleavage showing. And they'll have these microphones that it's kind of like this one here, if you guys can bear with the sound. Let me pick this up for a moment. Where they'll actually have it sideways, like so. And then there'll be a microphone on each end here. And they'll actually replicate ears, in a sense. So depending on which microphone, which side you speak into, is going to be what earphone they hear it out of. So a lot of times people will whisper stuff and everything like that. And so you have these low-ass cut shirts with just whispering and all kind of shit like that. So
Mouth noises.
It pretty much becomes like a low-key softcore porn thing that you're now a part of.
Audio porn.
Yeah. But you have a visual thing as well, so...
Yeah. Yeah, I can't say that I understand completely. Because, like, when you hear the noises that they make, first of all, because, like, I already know that even though my eyesight's going, my hearing is going to go eventually.
Your eyesight's going?
Eventually my hearing is going to go as well, and I'm not going to be like... Could you imagine, like, sitting your 95-year-old grandfather down to listen to ASMR, and he's just like, what? Tell her to speak up. What are you flipping off the...
What the fucking... There's the guy in chat, Novak. He goes, never handle a mic with those bear paws again.
Hey, those bear paws are married, all right? He's getting honey with those. Don't knock a man's bear claws.
Bear claws? Did you say donut?
Just pretend you are not fat for like 5 minutes.
Alright, so...
Anyway, yeah, no, because that's the thing that's annoying me. Like, I have a very old man personality when it comes to ASMR, because I'm just sitting there going, oh my god, speak the fuck up. Like, it annoys me that they whisper.
So...
And I don't like hearing, like, the little mouth noises, like the clicking.
That drives me crazy, too. That's the part that really bothers me. It's just like, because, look, I'm a firm believer in, if it's popular, it has to be for a reason, right?
Yeah.
So, as a streamer, I will go on other people's streams, and I will see what it is about these streams that is working so well for them. Well, I've had some nights where I perused the ASMR section.
Good word.
And I'm just like, no. No, you need to stop making that noise. Because it's, like you said,
yeah.
like, stop that. Stop it. You sound like my mom when she's trying to keep her teeth in. It's weird. Ox says, that's disgusting. Link me to one so I can give them a piece of my mind. Maybe later.
Maybe later.
So yeah, that's just one of those things that I wanted to ask you about. If you heard of it, if you've ever experienced it.
Oh, that's cute. If I've heard of ASMR, no, I have. There's a couple times where I've seen it where like they'll crumple paper or they'll like rub a pillow or there was like one that had like one of them little like plastic rulers and would like slap their arm with it, and I'm like, what does this do? Like, I don't understand the point of just making these weird tapping noises for no reason other than be like, oh, that's comforting. That's comforting? That's comforting. Is that comforting?
Oh god, I'm half asleep already.
Oh, god, it's terrible.
It is terrible, but it exists.
I'm waiting for the ASMR person that literally just deals in bodily functions. Like, there's got to be like some sort of guy that just streams farts or something like that.
So I remember a guy on
Don't
Twitch.
you dare tell me there is.
He didn't stream farts.
Okay.
But, so Twitch has a rule against being shirtless, which is what the joke was made earlier for in Andy's expense when he started, pulling off the shirt. No, you can't be shirtless. Man or woman, you cannot be shirtless. And I remember there was this little part of Twitch history, I guess, where this random guy, he was a large man, kind of like me. Mm-hmm. Hairy, just not very well kempt or anything, just super nasty looking. Mm-hmm. Shirtless. I think he only had on like basketball shorts, laying down watching TV, and he would just put a camera up on himself. That was the stream.
We got to see him beached essentially in his room, shirtless and watching television.
And he had, I want to say, thousands of viewers.
No.
Mm-hmm. It was just kind of like the
I don't understand.
It was kind of like the meme of the whole thing, right? So like, it didn't last long. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure he ended up getting banned because of the shirtless thing. But
I thought it would be for the mating calls.
No, he didn't make any sound.
He's just laid.
He just laid on a couch and watched TV, sweaty and just nasty, all that. That was him. And it was so strange. The only sound he would make, and he would like be eating ice cream or something, and just like that was like if he's watching TV. I'm not even kidding. He's watching TV, and every once in a while, just yeah, click. It's just like, you're kidding. This is what we've come to. We just see this disaster of a human being, and we just are so adored with it.
I can't. Because, like, I would think to myself, like, what kind of content can I make for people that would actually enjoy watching it? And I could just been on my fat ass watching television, and that would suffice for a few thousand people.
I mean, yeah. Have you seen some Twitch content?
No, honestly, there's only a couple. Like, I've had Twitch for a couple years, and I think I have, I follow maybe 14 channels, and that's it. That's it.
Yeah, I follow a lot of people.
Because, I watch things, so...
The Truman Show, but fat and gross.
Yeah. No, that's... Because I watch Twitch, so I'm a 90s kid, okay? And I was sad.
Believe it or not, with the gray hair and all.
Yeah, right?
90s kid, we promise.
Yeah, 1990s, not 1890s.
Yeah.
But the thing that I miss is that connection that you have when you play video games and you collaborate with people, or you get the big ass strategy guides that are thicker than the Bible, which, I mean, I guess they were for that game. And that's how you got around it. And then the only time I subscribed to channels on Twitch was when somebody would actively play a game that I was currently playing or was stuck on. I'd be like, all right, I'll just watch them play for a little bit.
What did
I didn't care about spoilers because it's just like, I'll get to that point. Me watching them play the game, they're still getting to that point in the game, so I'm still surprised when I see it come up in that game. I don't care if I'm the one that got there. I just care that it happened.
That's a good point.
So, now I'm just watching this guy beat this boss, and I'm like, oh, that's how you do that. Okay, well, what's after that boss? And they'll come across a secret room or something like that, and then when I get back to my game, I could go find the secret room on my leisure, be like, oh yeah, by the way, before I leave here, I know where this room is. And then go on. That's what I use Twitch for. That was my live stream Prima strategy guides. Or if I knew, because I don't have a PlayStation. So if there's any PlayStation exclusive games that I know I'm never going to play, like God of War, I'll watch somebody else play it. Be like, all right, I get to experience this game even though I can't actually play it myself.
Whenever I get a capture card, I'll be doing that.
Oh. Boy. The only thing I know about that game is boy.
Boy!
Boy!
Boy! Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. God, I forget what I was saying now.
This part would be edited normally.
No, it wouldn't. It's usually my absent-mindedness kind of stays in time to time.
Yeah, and I'm the old guy.
Well,
Tell that woman to stop whispering.
Yeah, exactly. So that's pretty much all I wanted to touch on my ASMR and all that. And the darker realms of Twitch. Not so much darker, but just some of the shit that exists on Twitch.
Oh, I thought you meant the visually darker, it's just dark rooms. People you see the eyeballs glow, and that's about it.
Well, I'm sure sometimes.
I'm sure sometimes too.
Twitch consists of everything. A lot of people, when you start talking to them about Twitch, you immediately go to, oh, I don't really play video games, so I'm not going to be interested in watching it. Or, yeah, I like to play video games, not watch it. You get both sides of that argument. Mm-hmm. Every once in a while, the only time you'll get someone that goes, that sounds like I'll enjoy it, is when you go, yeah, I've already been watching Twitch for 3 years. Thanks for telling me about something old. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, it's very hard to introduce someone to Twitch. But every once in a while you can. Recently here, I introduced my cousin to Twitch. Mm-hmm. She's in the chat right now. Her name is Wally Bop on Twitch, and she's going to be streaming sometime soon.
Wally Bop.
Wally Bop.
Wally Bop.
And we've actually had this conversation where...
I sound like I should ask permission from a woman before I ask for a Wally Bop.
Well, funny enough, I told her there's a way you can get merchandise on Twitch if you garner enough viewers and grant the status, or are granted the status of affiliate. You can become affiliate through a service called Streamlabs, and once that takes place, you can get shirts made and stuff like that through Streamlabs, which viewers can buy, and you can get some of the benefits for and all that. So hint, we might have Side Splitter t-shirts one day.
Perish the thought.
But anyway, there was a brilliant idea we had for her t-shirt. I mean, way down the line, right? Mm-hmm. Wally bopping them hoes. It's freaking great. But anyway, that's that. So when I introduced it to her to Twitch, I was kind of showing her, like, look around on the just chatting section, which is literally just people doing whatever they want. Kind of like this here. This is considered a talk show and podcast because we actually have a show.
Right.
But if we didn't call this a show and there was no format to it, we can easily just label it as just chatting. And here we are, just me and you talking, shooting the shit, whatever.
Yeah.
Interacting with chat occasionally and all that. There is streams where people make art. There's a painting right there that was made by someone that streamed it.
Yeah, it looks nice. I mean, I'm not going to show you people, but it looks nice.
Oh, they've seen it. Well, maybe they've seen it.
Oh, all right. Well,
there's streams where people cook. There are streams where people
seen those.
Do makeup. All kind of stuff, right? So it's just fascinating to see what this has become, and all that. But anyway, yeah, that is 100% a thing.
I have actually seen things becoming more popular these days. It's really big in Korea, and I think it's making its way over here. And
this is actually a great time to show this off, because this is going to be one of the few times that I get to show it off when there's no green screen. So this was made by Alaric 187, who once upon a time used to do a show called Alaros, making a play on the whole Bob Ross thing.
Gotcha.
And he would be very soft-spoken, very, very chill and relaxed, and just painting and constantly giving positive messages. And then, of course, he personalized it and sent me a little message on the back. He literally sent me this painting. This is the first one he ever did.
Oh.
But it's cool to show it off, because there's typically a green screen that's going on, and the DMG doesn't show up that good on it. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, man. It's Twitch in a nutshell. There's literally any kind of entertainment in a visual aspect or audio aspect. Some people don't even have cameras.
So I started. The Korean thing that made its way over here that's actually gaining more popularity is watching somebody eat.
Yes. Which
Yeah.
I don't understand that either.
Actually, no, I do understand that one. Out of all the weird things, that's the one I understand. Okay, so this may come as a surprise to both you and you people out there, but I was not exactly a popular person to have around, right? Weird. So I didn't have a whole lot of friends, right? Right.
Like, just so you guys know, stop me if I'm missing anything.
Okay.
Console gamer.
Yeah.
Magic the Gathering player.
Avidly.
Dungeons and Dragons? No, you never did that one.
No, I did, but when I was younger, I haven't done it in years.
Warhammer 40K.
That's another one I haven't done in years.
That's
but
miniatures,
that is,
by the way.
Yeah, tabletop wargaming.
It's tabletop miniatures that you take hours to paint and decorate and all that. You literally put more time in the creation of the characters than you do the actual gameplay.
Absolutely.
You didn't have friends.
No, not a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, right?
Oh, and just so everyone's clear, you also like ICP.
I mean, like is a stretch. I've listened to their stuff.
Oh, bullshit. Don't lie because you're online now, motherfucker. Certainly no Juggalo in a sense.
No.
But if you come across one, you wouldn't be opposed to giving them the very common greeting of the whoop whoop.
Ride or die. Whoop, whoop. So, yeah, no, that...
Unpopular.
Unpopular.
Fascinating.
Not at
Go
all
on.
popular. So...
Noodles says whoop whoop.
See, Noodles knows. No. So the idea with watching somebody eat is that sometimes you feel lonely. Was the point I was making there?
Novak and Noodles also said, "What do you mean, you people?" You did point to him and say, "You people."
Oh, you people.
That's fucked up.
I mean, I just mean that, you are people. If you're gonna dispute this on me, then by all means do that. But I'm calling you, people, not you people.
They might not identify as people, Andy.
They might not identify as people.
Continue. I don't want to get into that. My God.
This is where the counter would be to be like, all right, Lyle's the one that took us off the rails this time.
The look in the eyes, just, they might not identify as people. Really, motherfucker? That's where you want to go? Yeah. All right, let's do this.
All right, let's do this. I can have an argument for this. Oh my God. I can't say commas in word speaking.
You can take a break, but pause in a sentence.
You could take a break.
I've taken too many breaks in my life.
So have I. Anyway,
Yeah.
You're lonely.
Yeah.
You're a lonely person
Right.
who has dinners alone, eating crackers covered in peanut butter, and you think to yourself, okay, maybe I want to eat with another person. So you put on the Twitch channel, you watch this girl who inevitably has her tits showing.
Not always girls. I've seen a lot of guys.
No, there are guys that do that too. And again,
without the tit shot. Sometimes.
this may surprise you that women also get lonely.
Not so much.
It may surprise you though. Does it surprise you now?
No.
All right, it might later on. But the idea is that you're having a meal with somebody, so that even your disgusting looking peanut butter cracker that you're having by yourself, you're just making conversation with a woman across from you who is eating like these pad thai noodles or something like that, talking about, oh, I love the flavor, and you're just sitting there at home going, yes, the flavor is delicious.
Well, don't they put like peanut butter in the pad thai noodles and all that?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes. But yeah, that's what it is. Is just you're eating a meal with somebody without actually being there to eat a meal with somebody.
I've never thought of it that way.
Lonely people like to eat food with other people. That's a very social thing to do.
I can see that.
That's why I never go to a restaurant alone. I will never go to a restaurant
I
alone.
probably wouldn't either. I mean, yeah. When I'm by myself, it's literally, I want
Drive-thru.
what?
Drive-through.
Yeah, drive-through, or I want this food, but I'm certainly not going to go there by myself. Let me just go through the phone and who's someone I haven't talked to in a while. This person will say yes. You don't want to go. All right, I guess drive-through it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course, we also have the luxury of Wawa as well.
Oh, people out there don't know.
Some of them do.
Some of them do?
Some of them do.
I know they reach as far down as Florida, I think, now.
Oh, no, they don't reach as far down as Florida. They reach Florida and, like, nowhere in between.
Oh.
Yeah, like, I don't think they have them in Delaware, for
That's
example.
weird.
Yeah.
Right, Turkey Hill has Delaware. No, there
I
actually
think Delaware
is.
actually does have them.
Yeah, they're on
Maybe
202.
Maryland,
I
I'm
pass by
thinking.
2 of them every day on the way to work.
Maryland, maybe?
Maryland. When did we degenerate into this? Yeah, let's talk about directions and the locations of certain fast food
Good point.
chains.
So anyway, yeah, that's Twitch in a nutshell, what I've experienced and all that. So I guess the only thing left to do here is discuss one last thing. Who's going to win the Super Bowl, Andy? Dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
So, for those that don't know, we used to do this segment before the hiatus and everything in the old show.
I missed a whole season.
Yeah, you did. Me and Andy would discuss football a little bit. Now, it's not discussing football in the sense of, oh, sports, here we go again. So, everyone that's not interested in sports, don't click off yet. You're going to love this. So, what happens is I actually do follow football. Sorry about that. And I actually do... I pay attention to the league. I pay attention to what's going on. I play fantasy. Speaking of, hold up a second. One thing we got to do real quick.
Oh my God, where are you
Oh,
going?
motherfucker, shit. Because here's the thing. We're not the only ones that took a hiatus. We're going to take a break from the show real quick to announce this. We're not the only ones that took a hiatus. Our, friends over at Countdown to Geektown, another
love those
podcast,
guys.
go listen to those guys. They're freaking great. Countdown to Geektown also took a hiatus. They stopped for whatever reason doing the podcast, and I thought they were done for good. Eric from the show has actually told me, he was like, yeah, I'm thinking about doing my own thing possibly. I don't know yet. We'll see what happens with Countdown to Geektown, blah, blah, blah. They end up coming back. I found out a little late and was like, all right, I'm way behind on a couple episodes. So I listened to a few episodes. Now, I haven't told Eric or Jesse that I listened to a few episodes yet.
Okay.
The reason why. First episode I listened to happened because they talk about football on that show as well. So the first episode I listened to, they're Tennessee Titans fans, for any football fans out there. Happened to be the week that the Tennessee Titans and the New York Giants played each other. I'm a Giants fan through and through. Always have been, The Giants get crushed by the Titans, as I'm sure you already knew.
Naturally.
They shut them out. Like, the Giants did not score at all.
Yeah, Titans are bigger than Giants.
Yeah, I know. Anyway. So, when I'm listening to this episode, I'm sorry to get so animated all of a sudden, but this is something I almost forgot, and I'm kind of pissed off at myself.
Someone touched his button.
They specifically said, if I could do my best Eric voice here, Titans just go ahead and crush the Giants, suck it, Lyle. And then they all just started, suck it, Lyle, and all this stuff. Well, here's something I want to point out. See, I'm in a fantasy league with them. You knew you were in there last year. Last year, I won and garnished this wonderful trophy that they sent me. And, what's this? A second one, because I won 2 years in a row. So I just want to point out and be the first one to say, suck it, Eric and Jesse. I beat you in your own fucking game. Continue. Anyway.
Continue. You were the one that was going.
Right.
I'm waiting on you.
Now that that's out the way.
Oh my God.
Listen to Countdown to Geektown. So, football. What we do is we'll go over the games week to week, and I will pick all the winners of that week, as will you. Mine will be based on skill of the players and what I know of those teams. Yours is a little different. Andy bases his winning results on the mascots alone of the teams.
And it helps me get through the games.
So if you can get me like a little 20-second tidbit of what it might have been to see the Jets and Dolphins versus each other.
Okay.
Who would win that game?
Well, it also depends on who's...
Oh, it depends on who's home. Okay, so we'll say the Miami Dolphins at the New York Jets.
Okay, so the Dolphins are going to the Jets.
Yes.
All right, so that actually changes the entire dynamic of the match. Because Jets, if the Dolphins are going to the Jets, that means the Jets are on a carrier somewhere out in the ocean. Dolphins definitely have the element of surprise on their hand because the Jets don't know the Dolphins are coming. If they can't deploy in time before the Dolphins sink the ships that they're on, then there's no way that they can actually make a decent counterattack. So in that instance, I would say the Dolphins are intelligent, they're swift, they're already hitting them when they don't expect them to be there. So the Jets defense is not going to be able to hold up against a surprise attacking fleet of Dolphins. So I think the Dolphins would win that match.
There you have it. So without further ado, let's get into... So the parts of that I would edit out before was the parts where, my blank stare would show up in audio form. It's like, okay, let's edit that little silence out. Oh, yeah, he's done? Okay.
You wouldn't listen to me at all.
Yeah, so the Super Bowl is taking place next Sunday. So the next time we record a podcast, Super Bowl would have already taken place. So we'll be able to determine who won this season based on one game alone. So my prediction for the Super Bowl, I'll just start off with the boring part. A lot of people want to see... So it's to start off, it's New England Patriots versus the Los Angeles Rams. There's no home field advantage in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They're playing in Atlanta.
Where no one wins.
So...
Nothing against Atlanta. Something against Atlanta.
A lot of people don't want to see the Patriots win again.
It's not up to them.
Yeah, it's not up to them. Unfortunately, they don't know how good, or they don't care and respect how good Tom Brady is in the Super Bowl, in the postseason at all. That man is defying time, defying every rule of sports ever. He's just too damn good. The Patriots are going to win this game. That's my thought behind it. The Rams are good. I think they'll put up a good fight. I think we'll have a good game, but I think the Patriots are going to take it. As much as I want to see the Rams win, mostly because, can't get into my real theory about it, but I can say that the Giants are the only team prior to the fucking Eagles winning. The Giants were the only team to be able to stop Tom Brady in the Super Bowl twice. So if the Rams were to beat them once, that means that they're halfway there. I'd rather not see that happen. I like the Giants being the only ones that can stop them twice. So, yeah, I'm kind of rooting for the Patriots in that sense, but, also kind of assuming...
It's a very selfish reason to root for the Patriots.
Yeah, it is a very selfish reason. I like my selfish reasons. But anyway, I think the Patriots are going to take it regardless. So that's my thought on it. But Andy, please tell me, who is going to win between the New England Patriots and the Los Angeles Rams?
So this is where I got confused at the start, because I thought the teams going to the Super Bowl were Team Rough and Team Fluff.
Because it's a bowl, it's a Super Bowl, like a dog, but you are terrible.
No, because those are actually the teams going to the Puppy Bowl.
Oh God,
that's this year's lineup on the Puppy Bowl, which they're also including sloths this year, and baby kangaroos as the cheerleaders. So if that's something that interests you, what?
Are you serious?
I am 100% serious. That is the 2019 Puppy Bowl 15, mind you. It's the 15th year.
God. I just want to stop you for a second because if you don't mind, I derail you, but.
Always.
Only in 2019 do we get a Puppy Bowl where it's like, no, kangaroos are included now, and sloths. I don't care that it's a race. We want to include sloths.
Yeah.
2019, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, because Animal Planet hosts it, so the players will still be puppies.
I've never seen a single one of them.
Really?
Yeah.
15 years, you've never seen a Puppy Bowl.
It's on during the Super Bowl.
Your wife has never seen a Puppy Bowl.
It's on during the Super Bowl.
And?
What business do I have watching anything else other than the Super Bowl? The only time I switched channels during the Super Bowl, and I'm not kidding, was when Celebrity Deathmatch was on. And they did this giant episode during the halftime of Super Bowl. Do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah, that's the only time I ever switched channels.
That's a good reason to. Also, now in today's day and age, you see all the Super Bowl commercials happen on YouTube before the Super Bowl. So you can actually change the channel during the commercial break. You're not going to miss anything. Plus, they'll all be on YouTube after the Super Bowl anyway. So,
well, you know what? It's even getting to the point now where they're showing them before the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So, first time hearing of the Puppy Bowl noodles? Give them the lowdown.
Do you really not know the Puppy Bowl? Okay.
I mean, to be fair, the only reason I really know about it is because of friends like you, I guess.
I guess. I mean, I know about the Puppy Bowl because apparently I have a lot of women in my immediate family Sorry, Fresco. And extended family. So, they don't want to watch, men throw themselves at each other, which is weird because none of them are lesbians. They'd rather watch cute and cuddly puppies. So, the Puppy Bowl is essentially animal cruelty without the cruelty part.
Now cruelty free.
Yeah, it's cruelty-free animal cruelty, if that makes any sense at all. So the idea behind it is that you get 2 teams of puppies who are in this little playpen area, and they give them a ball, and the puppies play with the ball in natural puppy-like fashion, right? And then once they're playing with the ball, and they can get it into the other end zone to score a touchdown, per se, which scores their team a point. And it's just all them naturally playing, and there's no athleticism involved. It's just cute puppies doing cute puppy things, except when puppies do the non-cute puppy things. They try to pan the camera away at the last instance for, leg humping or something like that.
Oh, I thought you meant pooping.
Well, that too. There's foul. Penalty. Brown on the green. 3 yards.
Noodles says they're not Michael Vicking it.
No.
That's the Puppy Bowl I want to watch.
That would actually be the Puppy Bowl that I would watch too. But they incorporate a lot of weird stuff into it too. Like this year, they're having I forget what the sloths are going to be doing, but they have a bunch of baby sloths.
I'd have to imagine they're playing defense.
No, they're going to just be there. Like the baby kangaroos are the cheerleaders.
Are they going to dress them up?
Yes, they are. They always dress them up.
Fantastic.
But yeah, that is the Puppy Bowl in a nutshell. And I thought I was here to speak on that, failing to realize that there was a People Bowl as well. So, going into the People Bowl, ironically enough, which doesn't include 100% people this time, because we have the Pats and we have the Rams. So neither one of them have home field advantage. And traditionally, history has told us that if there was ever...
If I was going to say anyone had home field advantage, I would say this. The
Pats.
Patriots are there practically every year.
Yeah.
Of the last 6 Super Bowls, they've been to 5.
Yeah.
So I think it's fair to say that they're kind of in a home field advantage-esque field, because whereas Atlanta's certainly not their home field, the nervousness of being in the Super Bowl and all that is just out the window. It's just another game for them,
Yeah.
Whereas the Rams, there's a lot of new people on the Rams that have never been to the Super Bowl before, much less really played much at all in the playoffs. Maybe a game or two, but not a lot.
Right.
So.
Well, I mean, and the high stress situation doesn't necessarily sink a new team. I mean, look at the Eagles last year.
I'd rather not.
Look at them Eagles. Fly. Anyway.
Yeah.
So the point I'm making here is that history has told us that Patriots will do and go and pretty much take advantage of whatever they want. In this country's history, in other countries' histories, Patriots just go and do whatever they want. Especially in nowadays, where you could literally be a girl and pick a fight about not being allowed in the Boy Scouts, even though you have Girl Scouts, and win. Because that's just what Patriots do. They are proud of the fact that their country caters to their every need and whim. And that's exactly what happens. So, Rams, on the other hand, they're just going around, eating grass, butting heads from time to time, either for dominance or territory or just a good spot to pee. And they don't have any cares or woes at all. And all of a sudden comes the Patriots and they're like, we like this patch of grass. I'm not going to eat it. He's not going to eat it. But we want to put something on it. Maybe a well. I haven't decided yet. Get that sheep out of here. And that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to pick up the little ram. And the ram's going to be like, meh, or whatever they make noise-wise, and just toss them. It doesn't matter how stubborn they are, because Pats have firearms. No matter how stubborn Rams are, their ass going to get shot. And they're very proud of their firearms, by the way. So, the idea that they're not going to bring them is not going to happen. So, when you are matching up those two teams together, unfortunately, and I know people don't want to see Patriots win, I'm tired of living in a world where Patriots win. Sometimes the fight's just not worth it, hence the Eagles last year. And I was going to say, if you recall, before before we stopped, doing these regular podcasts and everything like that, we had gotten to the point where the playoff teams were shaping up and everything like that, and the Eagles were on a winning streak. And I said, you know what? This is probably going to be the year. These Eagles are vicious, territorial, and vicious. And no proud patriot of any variety is going to climb all the way to the top of a freaking evergreen tree to steal Eagles eggs if there is an angry eagle sitting on top of it. He will cut his losses and run, and that's exactly what happened. The eggs were not tempting.
Not to mention, no good patriot would go after an eagle. They see an eagle and they go, "How beautiful, how majestic."
Now, not every patriot does that.
Oh no, but I mean, the patriots of this country.
Yeah, the MTV's jackasses of the Patriots would absolutely pick a fight with an eagle, and not. They'd film it. They'd film it and get views, and go on the morning show where they talk about, "Yeah, I poked that eagle in the ass." Those are the people that do that.
And then they snort wasabi and shove firecrackers up their butt.
And then they cry about how college isn't fair. That's exactly what those Patriots do. But not the ones that were competing.
So you're saying the Patriots are winning?
Absolutely. Rams don't have... I mean, they could be as soft and fluffy as they want to be. Those are not the Patriots that are coming to see them. The vicious Patriots are the ones that are coming. Which is fun, because you have the Rams, which are apparently immune to calls. And you have the Patriots that are immune to air pressure. So that ought to be a fun game where you can try to see if the one can get away with shoving a few elbows and the other one can get away with having a flat ball. And we'll see what happens. I think if both teams break the rules, it ought to be a good fair pairing. That's what I think. But still Pats.
Still Pats. Mm-hmm. So you heard it first here. Patriots are winning. But that is pretty much going to do it for episode 69 of the Side Splitters.
Not one sex joke. I am very proud of us.
I think that's the title of the episode.
Not one sex joke?
Not one sex joke.
Not one sex joke.
That was the easiest
episode 69, not one sex joke.
So, for those that don't know, traditional format of the Side Splitters podcast is we get through the episode, and then at the very end of the episode, we name it. Mm-hmm. We name the episode. Usually we do that. I don't know if we're going to still carry that tradition. We have it this week because it was easy, but
yeah.
For future reference, if you guys like the episode, be sure to tune in next week, or excuse me,
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
February 10th.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Look.
I know.
February 10th is the next episode. That'll be episode 70. It'll be a decasode. A decasode is every 10 episodes. And it'll be me, Andy, and that's the burrito coming back.
Delicious.
And Fresco, Andy's brother. We do a game show type setting where, I'm kind of the host. The two of them go after each other, mano a mano. We play all kind of fun games and stuff like that. So there's a lot to look forward to with that.
Oh, yeah.
Also, feel free to interact in the chat in a sense of, I think this would make a great episode title. And I think that's how we can get our titles. Just throughout the episode, if the chat just goes, I think you should call it this. Like maybe in the first 10 minutes we say something, oh my God, that's a great episode title. Then, maybe at the end of the episode we'll go through and we'll look at all of them and see, okay, I think we should pick this one,
Yeah, so we have all of our episodes on our YouTube channel, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have all of our past episodes.
No, we do not.
We do not.
Cancel that.
We do not have all of our old episodes on our YouTube channel. We don't. But if we did, you would see such memorable episode titles as...
let's see.
One of my favorites was always Lunch Meat Seats.
Lunch Meat Seats was good.
I did like Lunch Meat Seats.
What was the Blood Diamond? Latina Blood Diamonds?
Latina Blood Diamonds was my favorite episode, period.
Yeah.
I love that episode.
So there was a couple of good ones there.
Super Sexy Ninja Fish.
Super Sexy Ninja Fish.
I like that one.
Not My Everyday Legs.
Mm-hmm. Come Hither Nostrils.
Anyway, you get the idea.
Yeah.
We just got to name it based on whatever we talked about that episode. Usually something happens or something like that that'll spark an episode title or whatever. So you get an idea. So this week we're not even one sex joke. What was it? Not one sex joke?
Not one sex joke.
Right.
I'm proud of us, by the way.
Yeah.
I really am, because I thought that was the easiest thing in the world. Oh, episode 69, oh, dicks. that was my philosophy coming into this, and it didn't steer that way at all. We're adults. I like that.
I mean, it's about time.
Yeah, it's about time. It was long overdue, but yeah, it's about time.
No sex jokes, sad face.
Not one sex joke.
Sorry, Tara.
Yeah.
What's interesting though is to give them an idea of what we could have called the episode.
Mm-hmm.
So without the sex joke in the episode 6 and 9 and all that, we could have called it something based on like oversized checks with ASMR included,
Mm-hmm.
something along those lines.
Yeah.
Never eat alone again, something along those lines. You know what I mean? Just you get the idea, just to give you an idea of what it's like. So next time we go to do the show, if you guys want to throw in a couple ideas for episode titles, even if we don't use your necessary exact word for word title, maybe we can look at it and go, oh, this is neat, but it should be changed to this, and like just reword it or whatever.
Yeah.
So feel free to interact that way. But
Yeah,
anyway,
we have a democracy now, which is weird.
yeah, and then if we don't have any suggestions, we could just come up with one.
Yeah,
on the spot,
we'll just
or
come up with one on the
or
spot.
just not have one at all. Either way.
I'm not having not one at all. We're gonna have a.
Oh, we're always gonna have a
have a title. If I have to pull it out of my ass.
But you can find. I guess I just should transfer all of them to Side Splitters.
You should.
Yeah. All the episodes of Side Splitters are on my personal YouTube, not personal, but my YouTube page, which is Carnage Razor 1. And there's also some of my Twitch accomplishments, like personal best in speed runs and stuff like that, and world records in speed runs. Might I add? I got a world record or two, motherfucker. That's right.
Okay. Yeah. No. Have fun with your world record of a game nobody likes to play anymore.
People like Shaq Fu, Andy.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Anyway.
Masochists and crazy people, and large basketball player enthusiasts like Shaq Fu.
So that's gonna do it for this week's episode of Side Splitters, episode number 69. Be sure to tune in on episode 70 on see, Atira says people like Mario too.
There's a lot of Rule 34 that backs you up on that.
Bowsette.
Oh, I love Bowsette. Bowsette's waifu material and a half.
So be sure to stick around. February 10th is what you said? February 10th will be episode 70. I know this is kind of dragging on here, but I just want to make sure everything's included. It's going to be a lot more structured next time around, I would hope.
But I kind of like the randomness of it.
Yeah, I do too. This was a fun episode. But,
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
that'll do it, though, for episode number 69. Not one sex joke.
Not one sex joke.
My name is Lyle.
And I'm Forever Andy.
And we will see you in 2 weeks. God, that feels weird.
Right, 2 weeks.
Usually see you next week.
Yeah. But no, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
So that's that. I feel kind of weird just ending the stream so abruptly.
It does feel a little weird because I'm not used to there being like a direct audience while we're doing this.
But since we have a direct audience, is there maybe a Q&A that you guys want to do or something like that? Like, for starters, I know for a fact.
How many even people are in here?
That's not important to pay attention to, Andy. Atira, for starters, loves some Q&A stuff.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't know. But, in the event that there's not, that's supposed to be a kiss. Yeah, I know. Oh, you know what? I'm kind of stupid. This whole time, maybe we could have just had the chat show up on the stream. What is the cue?
What is the meaning of life?
Oh, Noodles already got it right there.
Yeah, Noodles already got it.
Number 42.
Yeah.
Next question.
Yeah. No, I that is the meaning of life.
So I don't know if you noticed or not. Now that we're off kilter here, I've done some other podcast
I know.
since you've been gone.
I know. I could feel you cheating on me.
And I can tell you that it's never been the same.
Instead of my ears burning, things were burning. The cuckoo's nest was burning.
Atira would be one to know. She was there for the other podcast. She would know. Oh, I guess she would know more if she heard the entire podcast. She was kind of in and out on this
Wally Bop. The meaning of life is to give life meaning. That's a very Sphinx answer from Mystery Men. When you start to doubt your powers, you give powers to your doubts. Very formulaic advice. All advice can be given in that context, and it sounds profound.
But Atira used to like ask questions on the old podcast and all that, and she definitely seen the other one, and I hope that she understands this is what the fuck a podcast is supposed to be. Me and Andy right here, this is it, man. This is the chemistry that has always been there.
Because we have a lot of fun, and I like having a lot of fun with other people.
Oh, which comic is that? Now the question is, which one do you mean? But in the event that you mean all of them, Andy, if you would. First, we have the first episode. Yeah, first Walking Dead, number 1, X Factor 24, which is the first appearance of Archangel. Spawn #1. Cryptozoic Men, which is a whole another series. First appearance of Punisher, issue 129 of Amazing Spider-Man. Rick and Morty issue 1. This is a comic that Andy should be appreciative of. This is super.
Very much so.
Andy is actually a character in this comic book.
Yep.
Killing Joke. And if you can see it, first appearance of Carnage and the death of Wolverine. A lot of money on that wall.
Which you wouldn't think, but yeah, I guess it is.
Whole lot of money on that wall.
Some of them are more expensive than others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's that. I think we're going to just about wrap it up here. Let's see if I can run around this end. I got a lot of obstacles to go through. Here we are.
You were gone and then back again. That's neat.
What's your... Who's your wall?
Who's your wall? I don't know. Wonder? Wonderwall. Wonderwall is my wall. You're my Wonderwall. Wally Bop.
Fucking Wally Bop. I wonder if there's any way we can actually show
They get to see me being an old man. I have to read something. Oh, I have to read something? Oh, put my glasses all 40 feet away from my face. Stare at it for a little while. What does that say? Speak to me of your secrets, you tiny electronic device. I need to know. I need to know.
Okay, so that's going to do it for us, right? There's nothing else you want to say?
No, I think that about covers it. I had a lot of fun doing this while we did it.
I had a blast. I'm so happy to be back. Next week, you guys are going to love it when fucking Fresco comes on. But anyway, that's it for us. So we're going to raid Ox. He was in the channel earlier. He's streaming Horizon Zero Dawn. Give him a follow. Check him out.
Oh, yeah. Watch you them robot dinosaurs.
Watch you those robot dinosaurs. Jesus Christ, that was terrifying.
That's DOS.
Until then, we'll see you guys February 10th when we have episode 70. Peace.
Later.
And we are